falling lead us to thee, footprints of Jesus that make the pathway grow. We will follow the steps of Jesus wherever they go. Okay, so I don't have my normal beautiful voice this morning, so you have to help me with the song. Ready? Very pretty family. And your name. Say your name so we can hear them.
This is a family.
Okay, and Mom?
The family. The family. Yes.
Okay.
Do I have all of you?
Bye.
Goodbye.
Bye. We are just leaving Habani, where we had the
Pandemonium Baptist Church.
the afternoon service. This is a rendezvous.
Ladies are smiling.
And
Wave at them.
wave. Somebody wave?
Yeah, I did.
Oh, did you? Can't. I don't know.
Okay.
Uh-huh. Sure. Here's some more rendezvous. Rendezvous. What are they used? I mean, the people live, I guess they live in them. And, uh-huh.
And the fence around is called a crawl. To
Oh.
protect them from wild animals.
Oh, really? Oh, that's interesting.
They know you're taking it.
I'm taking this from inside the car.
Do me a lot,
You can go over here.
We are at Habani.
Pilihano. Pilihano is the place where they make the dolls and some pottery. Started by an Englishman by the name of Taylor. It's run entirely by the Africans now. They have a feed mill, craft shop. They slaughter and prepare chickens.
Okay, we're going here to look at some crafts. This is where we are. The girls are making pottery from red clay. From where? Where's the red clay? They have white clay and red clay, but they're making this pottery from red clay. This is some of the pottery. Or whatever. Here's more of it. I'm taking this for you, Claire. It's all over the place. They're making some out here. It's very it's not like yours, Claire. Anyway, they're making it out of red clay, and I don't know what to do. They put it through a sieve of some kind. This is where the graves are his children are buried here. Or one child, is it?
One, Elizabeth.
One child, Elizabeth, is buried here, along with anybody else?
Alfred Coleman and John Dolman, it says.
Oh, huh. This is his daughter's grave, believe it or not. Pile of rocks on top of the little girl. This is where David Livingston lived with his family. But this is just sort of a layout of the house, which is behind here, what remains of it. Nothing much has changed since they were here.
You want to pan the area then?
Mm-hmm. This remains more or less as David Livingston and his family knew it. Except I presume there were some more
Can you get those huts?
wild animals.
See those roundabouts way up there? Can you get those? Maybe that tree's in the way if you stand over here.
This is the church site. And I guess a school, did you say?
First school in Botswana.
First school in Botswana. There's some more, it's where people live in outside. Yeah. There was a man on his donkey cart, but I missed it. Where are you, donkey cart? I can't get it.
He's coming.
Yeah.
He's gonna come right over this way. You can
Okay.
get him out the window if you want. Right up there.
This is a rendezvous, a little closer up. This is what the people live in outside the village, and they put the fence around it, keep animals away from them. There's some more rendezvous. People living in them. Getting ready to go on a game drive, leaving from the Mokalodi Game Reserve, I guess, or whatever they call it. And it'll be a 2-hour game drive with a guide, and we're supposed to see some animals, hopefully. This is really an attractive place. We're waiting for the guide that's going to take us. I think it's a 2-hour game drive or ride or something.
Hi, Grandma.
Hi! Kids are playing on the swings and things. They have, I think they rent. There's some little places to stay here if you so desire. There's Paula. Bobby. We're just sort of sitting around waiting for the guide. I think they have a little reception room in it. I think they eat out here. Sort of seats, tables and chairs. They probably serve dinner and lunch and everything there. And then there's a little gift shop, naturally.
What you see them?
What are they?
Goodies.
Cougars?
Kudos.
Oh, kudos. Oh, never heard. Kudos. No, it's
Eating
okay.
them.
Why don't you try the
It's
one?
where?
This one.
That tree, there's one's eating there. See? It's eating. See that moving?
Maybe I should have somebody else take.
Here. Let me see it. Let me see.
These are all females. You can. The males have horns and the females don't.
Oh, really?
Yeah.
See it?
If you see a male one, you'll see how small. You understand how small this one is. Because the males are very huge and.
It's going. I'll get it.
Staring at us.
Hog right there.
Oh, there he
he
is.
goes. Oh, that's a big one.
Nice Kumba.
Pumbaa, yes.
And the
Yep,
lion.
there goes Pumbaa.
Just one behind running off. Several of them.
Yeah, that's a female one. A male one has 2 pairs of warts on their face. Like
They
the-
do?
Yeah, the first one, the big one.
Yeah, he's up to the bush.
Where?
On the road, on the road. About 50 feet ahead. 50 feet. You're looking at it, right in front of it.
See it?
No.
Oh, there's 3 of them.
It's right there.
There's 4 of them.
Oh, there they go.
Oh, I see him, yeah. Oh, yeah.
That's hard. This was moving.
Get him?
They were just, I don't know. I see him.
3, 4, 5, 6 male. This is the largest antelope in Africa.
Really?
And they're excellent jumpers too. Despite their size.
Oh, that's a big one.
Oh, he jumped so good. There's the warhog. They had
Yeah,
the
female
tail.
photo. Mother with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 babies.
Ah.
Oh, yeah, I see it.
This is the male one. He's always on the road.
Yeah, but I got one over there.
He doesn't run.
Where's the impala?
Like Frankenstein.
He's very fresh, rhino down here.
Oh, is there a French rhino, maybe? Oh. There's my telephoto man.
There's one looking at us right there.
I'm gonna go like this to them.
Yeah.
Around.
Oh.
Oh, this is good.
He's the chief of this territory.
Oh, yeah?
Always looking so sad and
Yes, he looks very
yeah,
shy or
yeah.
something.
But there's nothing wrong with him. It's just fine.
Oh.
I hope you saw him running around after he cleaned it.
Oh.
Your charges. The world.
Where's my telephoto lens?
Where's the other one? Oh, he's in there. This is Pal and my Pal. His mother and the Pal. This one's the young one.
Oh.
Yeah, the mother is right around the corner here.
Oh, are those white rhino or just
Yeah, it's a white rhino. Yeah.
One's hiding now. Okay, she's going over there.
Did you get him?
Oh, yes.
Oh, look at him. He's not moving.
Yeah, we've got Sergeant. Sergeant is a male rhino. He's 2.5 tons and he's very huge.
Which one?
Yeah, he's not here.
Oh,
He's
he
only-
isn't?
Yeah, he's traveling on his own. I think it's beginning of this month. He's on his mating season.
Ah.
So he gets very aggressive and quite often that he charges at vehicles.
Oh, okay.
Birds on the night.
Horn.
You don't run.
Turn around, you guy.
You have to noise on it.
White rhinos.
This is Sergeant, yeah.
Can't get him.
Back up.
On his
See the one that...
This is the big male.
he
Sergeant.
charges at vehicles quite often. The whole thing hurts.
The male rhino out here named Sergeant. He's pretty big. Oh, there he is. Huge.
Just try to be as quiet as you can. He can probably smell us. Trying to find the trace of the female. So he gets quite annoyed when he can't tell the females. But he knows the females somewhere around. He just can't know where it is.
The window.
There's him right there.
I got him. Not with me. Yeah, the shower.
What kind of animals were there? On dark?
No, they come in different.
Yesuki Amrita, Yesuki Amrita, Yesuki Amrita, Ahanaya Swananai, Ahanaya Swananai, Ahanaya Swananai, Ahanaya Swananai, Tisalasa Mitzukle, Tisalasa Mitzukle, Tisalasa Mitzukle, Tisalasa Mitzukle, Ahanaya Swananai. Jesus, I love you. Jesus, I love you. Jesus, I love you. There is no one like you. There is no one like you. There is no one like you.
This is the bus that we're taking our tour on. And we're stopping in the little town of Stilton. It's our first stop, and we had tea and biscuits here. And that's the pub or whatever where we had our refreshments. And there's Louise coming out of the pub with her bottle of water and cups. We're just making a little pit stop here, and there's some construction going on. I should have mentioned this before, but Bobby and I flew from Africa a couple of days ago, and to London, and then he stayed overnight and then flew on back to the States. In the meantime, Louise flew from the States to London, and the two of us met at a hotel in London. And we are now on our 6-day bus tour of Scotland. And we're going actually on the Frames Rickard sightseeing bus. This is Durham on a Saturday afternoon. And we're stopping here for fish and chips and to see a cathedral if we can get up to it. This is sort of in a town square, I guess. And here is this is a church. They have beautiful flowers here, and these are all on the side of a building. You can believe it. This is really a jumping town. We're about to enter Scotland. This is a nuclear power station, and it sits sort of on the edge of the North Sea. We're on our way to Edinburgh.
The first church ever designed in the new town, look at the shape of it. It is round. Walter Scott. And Sir Walter, the black front door. And as you can see the height he was up, he could actually look right into the garden here. And he could see everything that was going on. But he prison. That is the one in Edinburgh. Just here on the left-hand side, just 2 weeks ago, we celebrated the 80th anniversary of the Battle of the Somme. There's the man who sent all the men to old Georgian architecture. 13 individual houses.
It's where John Major stays when he's
Something.
He only had 30 Scots
He climbed right over there, no grappling hooks in the 14th century. But he took the castle, he murdered most of the English in their beds in the castle. He handed the castle over to Robert the Bruce. Robert the Bruce actually destroyed the castle.
This is Edinburgh Castle.
Except for one photograph.
This is
No, there's the gravestone, there we go.
the gravestone of the dog
He's only got
that,
his entrance for the graveyard is down there.
that died on his master's grave.
That's the dog.
And this is the Skye Terrier who died on his master's grave, and I just took a picture of the grave. There's the little dog. He's had a lot of things.
Since
This
854.
is a street scene.
You'll see the crown spire up there of St Giles. That church was, this first stone church was built in 11th place of worship. So he decided to build this church here. Beautiful church, Dutch gable there. Look up at the top, you will see the symbol of the Canongate. The antlers and the cross between the antlers.
Can't see it there.
In the graveyard there, Adam Smith, the author of The Wealth of Nations. He is buried in that graveyard. David Rizzio, the Italian secretary of Mary Queen of Scots. He is buried in that graveyard. And a man, 24 years of age, he died, he was a poet, his name was Robert Ferguson. He died a pauper and insisted that Robert Burns would write his poetry in Old Scots. When Robert Burns came here in 1786 to publish his second edition of his poetry, he took the money and come down here and placed a gravestone on that man's grave. The cherry tree on the left, the stag about turned,
This is where Mary
the stag
Queen of
about
Scots
turned
paid
and came back
once
to
a
attack
year.
him. As he was praying,
In
a
white
cross
wine.
appeared between the antlers of the stag. The stag turned tail and fled. That
And the
is
reason
why the
she
symbol of the
paid in
Canongate
white
is a
wine
set of antlers
was
with a cross
because
between it. And
the
in
water
recognition of this
carried
feat, David I founded the first abbey,
disease.
the Abbey of the Holy Rood, or the Abbey of the Holy Cross.
This is the entrance to the castle, isn't it? This is the courtroom of, the courtroom, the outside of the palace where Mary Queen of Scots lived. For a time, that is. She was moved about a lot to try to keep her from being killed. The 12th century abbey at Holy Castle or something.
Good church, mate.
We have a lot of them in Scotland, like this. Yeah. But the people who did it was they were English. They destroyed this.
This is the other side of it.
I walked the walls on Thursday. I walked the walls on Thursday. But York's beautiful. But I'll tell you what, Edinburgh is the nicest city I've ever seen. Not because I live here. I've seen beautiful cities, but I'm still with Edinburgh, architectural-wise, is fantastic.
The grounds are just gorgeous. These are the grounds outside the castle that we were just in, where Mary, Queen of Scots lived. This is a panoramic view of Edinburgh. And Edinburgh was built on volcanic rock, which sort of surprised me.
Forsyth Castle's a restaurant now, isn't it? Pardon? Forsyth Castle has been turned into a restaurant, somebody was telling me.
What, Calvary Tower?
Forsyth, yeah, up there.
Aye, I thought it was Calvary Tower. The white one.
No, that's Forsyth Castle.
Is it? Oh, it's not Calvary.
No, it's further to the right, Alan.
Is it?
See where the trees are? Up towards Carberry Pit. Carberry, Elkinston, where the Elkinston.
Aye. Oh, well, I was born in Caitlin.
Were you?
Aye.
Oh, were you there?
Aye, 13th Rebellion Place.
Oh. Oh, you're born over there, Oakley Hall.
Oh, yeah. Aye,
See
the
where Monkton Hall
golf
College is?
course. Aye.
You see the winding gear for the picture?
Aye.
Oh,
I came to Oakley Hall, didn't I?
yeah.
Aye, they stayed in there.
Oh, that's the bird sanctuary down there. You'll see the hounds in the woods. There's one over there just at the edge of the water, and there's some further round you can see in the trees. Bird sanctuary.
Dome, the old
There's a house down here that some man won in a game of cards. This house, and he owned the golf course and the whole 9 yards. And he had the trees planted in the shape of the club or whatever it was he won the thing by. Won the beautiful house and grounds.
You ready, girls? You've got a lot to do.
I'm thinking about all the golf.
We are about ready to go into the castle.
He held the castle for 5 years for Mary, Queen of Scots. Jeez, Mary Queen of Scots was an exile to England, held the castle until 1573, and he honourably surrendered the castle. But in the 16th century, if you honourably surrendered the castle, James II
Edinburgh.
1 3/4 miles over the city wall. Wearing the kilt. I'm wearing the kilt. I'm not bending down. Anyway, this building over here is the oldest building in Edinburgh Castle. Robert the Bruce left it standing in 1313 when he destroyed the whole castle. The castle was started to be rebuilt in 1345. It was built 14th century, 15th century, 16th century, and also the 17th century. Additions were made to the castle. But this little building dates from 1080. It's called Queen Margaret's Chapel. She was dedicated.
This is more of Edinburgh Castle. It's around the noon hour.
Paula,
Panoramic view of Edinburgh taken from Edinburgh Castle. And that's the North Sea. Or if you kept going, it would be the North Sea out there. Beautiful gardens down here too. The changing of the guards.
Sentries, stand! Sentries, slow, armed!
People coming from the
Off.
Push no fall off the wall, boys. Be very, very careful.
You sentries! Right! Will! You sentries! Halt! You sentries! Take post! You sentries! Halt! You sentries! Up! Stop! You sentries! Inward! Dress! New sentries! Eyes! Front! New and old sentries! Sentries! Pass! Old sentries! Quick! March! New sentries, stand by! 1 beat, patrol! Patrol! Left! Wheel!
All I get are the people. We're at some kind of a performance tonight. There are going to be bloggers and all kinds White, please.
Madam, would you like a glass of wine?
From Israel. There's Louise.
Go like
We are now at St. Andrews, the home of golf. Mary Queen of Scots was the first lady to have played here. She just so happens to be one of our distant relatives. We are now at Scone Castle. I think it's in Perth, or outside of Perth. The grounds around here are just gorgeous. There's a There are many peacocks around here, around this castle. And this is a chapel, but it's also a mausoleum where the earls, or whatever they are buried. This is a real close. This is the albino peacock. They're very rare, and they don't live a long time. There's another peacock. They're all over this place. in front of the castle. And they make a they sound like a loud cat saying meow.
Bridge was built in 1768 by William Street.
We're going across the bridge, and this is what...
The bridge way down to the left, known as the Jubilee Bridge, built or opened in 1977 for the Queen's Silver Jubilee. Ghastly looking thing, isn't it? All concrete. Near a hydroelectric scheme. Up here in the Highlands, we use water to generate electricity.
We're on our way to Inverness.
It's known as the hydroelectric board. At Lochray Hydro Hotel. So
there's another castle.
Here we have
taken from inside.
We have a new leader in the shape of William Wallace.
We are now at a distillery where we're going to have a little dram of whatever they distill. I think it must be Scotch. Scotland. This is one of the few privately owned distilleries remaining. This is where the last battle was fought by the English ever. I think it's a national monument or something now. It was a terrible, terrible battle. We're up near Inverness, up in the mountains. And there's a cute thatched roof house. You don't see many of them. You can't hear. We're up in the Scottish Highlands now, and that's Loch Maree, M-A-R-E-E down there. There's it's supposed to be red deer around here. It's some kind of a reserve, and of course they have sheep everywhere around here. This is up in the Highlands, Scottish Highlands. And it's a very nippy morning, just out of Inverness. These are the Inverness Gardens on a very rainy, windy day in July. They're beautiful, but they'd be a lot prettier if it were sun shining out. It's right beside the North Sea or something, or a loch, where they fish for salmon and yeah. What other fish? This is the Scottish thistle. Some more of the gardens.
Continue, bonhomme.
Viens par ici. Allez, sois cool.
Need that. This is a little different area of the garden, the lower portion. This really isn't the best time of year to view it. I said a week ago it was just beautiful here.
Sunshine.
Sunshiny and everything. Not now.
Winter.
I said that this was the Inverness garden, but actually it's the whatever it is, Inverurie garden. This is how they
might not have even been a real salmon.
this is how they fish for salmon over here, catch the salmon. Much different than at home in Alaska. The way we do our salmon up there is entirely different.
Parce que le moi je pense que ça vient de créer un erreur. Tu vois, tiens.
Short the A835 take us down to the A9 and then back to Inverness. Tributary of the Cromarty Firth comes away in from the left again from the North Sea. River Connaught. Back onto the area known as the Black Isle. Problem because the tailors thought they should have been 6 and the fishermen thought they should have been 6. So there's a compromise. Every year they alternate. One is 6 and the other is 7. You know. And of course these two factions, actually, one was from the city of Westminster and went to church at St. Peter's, and the other one was from the city of London, the city in what they call the city in guilds of London. They worshipped at St. Paul's. So that's where you get the saying from.
This is where we're staying. The Inverness Thistle Hotel in Inverness, naturally, because it says Inverness Thistle Hotel. This is Castle Campbell, or Stewart Castle. And we're Stewart's. This is another angle of Castle Stewart.
Oh, I didn't know. Oh, look at the cow. Look at that one. Oh, I can get
The cow just looking there, look.
Oh yeah, they even have cows.
And they have plaid milk.
You talk.
Right, look, it'll be up here on the sign.
This is Fort George.
This is the home of the Seaforth Highlanders. Yeah. Founded before the Battle of before the 1715 uprising at Braemar. One of the oldest Highland regiments in the British Army. It was amalgamated with the Camerons in 1960 and became the Queen's Own Highlanders. And then amalgamated, when was it, just about 2 years ago, and now called the Royal Highland Regiment.
Oh, okay.
Okay, this is a Culloden House. It was built around 1740. It was here on the night of the 14th and the 15th of April 1746 that Charles Edward Stewart, otherwise known as Bonnie Prince Charlie, spent 2 nights before the battle that took place on the 16th of April of the same year. The battle only lasted for 20-25 minutes, and it was a total disaster for the Jacobite supporters. They earned the name the Butcher Cumberland, or the Duke of Cumberland, because of the atrocities they carried out on the bodies of the dead Highlanders. Some were still alive, and they were actually burnt alive. He became known as the Butcher Cumberland. The composer Handel composed a piece of music in his honour, and he called it Hail, Here Comes the Conquering Hero.
Evelyn, I was born to you, there was a cromdale. I met some man and Tanders, speared him, but there was the news. Evelyn, I'll be lose, that she comes by cromdale. Hey, well, then I...
Of course, on the right, the railway station, Inverness Castle.
Inverness Castle.
If you look along to the right-hand side of the castle, you see a statue, a green statue. It's actually bronze. Needs a clean up, actually. And it's a statue of a young lady called Flora MacDonald, Episcopalian church.
This is St. Andrew's Cathedral.
1854. And it was never really completed because on the top of the castellated towers they were going to put 2 spires or steep.
This is on the banks of the Loch Ness. Here is the Loch Ness Monster. Aren't we lucky to have been able to sight it today?
It's so cute, isn't it?
It looks comfortable.
2, 3.
This is
one more chance. 1, 2, 3.
This castle is... Which castle is it?
Urquhart. 2 left. Urquhart Castle.
On the banks it is starting to bloom.
This element's folks at the end of the loch. See the old river.
See it a little bit. It's sort of a purpley color. This is Highland cattle.
No. Gates on the right.
These are lock gates.
office.
These are the moors.
Rock formation, a lot of high acid soil, as I say, heather, different grades of grass, and heather, bracken, and fir. And this also is an area designated of expanding natural beauty because of its fauna. Some types of shrubs and flowers that grow here that are indigenous. When we get to the top, we shall be 1,000 and I think it's 1,041. The largest rock up here in granite is of course the rock granite itself, lays smack bang in the center.
These are locks. Waterways.
I have to be telling you about this being predominantly a marshy, boggy area. You'd be surprised at that. The West Highland Railway. So what they did was they tied hundreds and hundreds of logs together and made a bed. And they made another layer going in the opposite direction, like crisscross. And then laid the railway track over.
This area
Well,
is
look
where
at the left-hand side where you see the power lines.
Where the
you see a ridge running along there.
Campbell's massacred their McDonald's.
Railway line. Just slightly below the railway line is a little pathway to the West Highland.
There's some of the cows again. Oh, these aren't too furry. I must tell you that our bus driver, Pat, said that even today, the McDonald's and the Campbells are rivals after all these years. The McDonald hamburger and Campbell soup. It's a joke. They're really bouncing around. Here's some singing in the background, and that's our bus driver. He bursts into song.
This caters for the people who come here to walk the West Highland Way. They provide accommodation, showers, etc. When you realize that this weather is very uncomfortable and wet. Good group.
We are now going
Hold on to the line.
on the cruise Loch Lomond.
It's highest, or for that matter, particularly hardest mountains to climb. In fact, it'd be 47 years ago now that an American gentleman drove a Ford motor car up to the top of that mountain. Quite a remarkable achievement for 47 years ago.
We're on Loch Lomond now. That's a castle.
Now folks, over to the left and these pipes that you see leading down the mountain. Caves actually used in modern times by local hill walkers, local mountaineers. That we see quite numbers of them milling around the entrance, especially on nice summer evenings. What I've never been able to understand is how they couldn't find Robin Oig. There weren't caves written there. Quite unique for here in Scotland. It would be interesting to see what they're up to this afternoon. But anyway, back to Honeyman Island, folks. You'll notice there are quite a number of seagulls on it. These seagulls come here every spring. They hatch their young, and they will remain with us until September, or perhaps the beginning of October at the latest. Then they will be parted, and we won't see them again until the following spring.
We're coming into the port now. These are some of the little cruise boats, like the one we're on.
Oh, is it raining? Evans, no.
That's where Douglas Lomond.
Excuse me.
There he's bringing the boat.
There's a bunch of Scottish geese. Down by the water on Loch Lomond. Loch Lomond geese. Very pretty. It's right on the banks of Loch Lomond. Beautiful, beautiful